The market's down. There's a little bit of turbulence with the trade war. Doge has taken place. And let's face it, the media hasn't been particularly kind to the President of the United States. So the question is, why do Trump supporters still support him? Is this exactly what they voted for? Or is it more deep than that? This video will tend to understand what's going on, why it's going on, and maybe some hidden insights that we don't quite see. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, and make comments below because your opinion does matter. Well, you may think after some of the Doge firings, you think maybe after some of the tariff foul ups, maybe you think that the average American has lost quite a bit of money inside the stock market, that some of the, should we say, enthusiasm about the president may have gone ahead and ebbed a little bit, but instead, latest polls are showing that the president of the United States still has a 51% approval rating, which is really, really powerful. Thinking about everything that's changed over the last couple of months while he's been in office, and once again, understanding that more big changes are to come. The numbers are in, and the numbers are unmistakable. Wall Street Journal headline just reported that trust amongst Trump supporters is unshaken. Translation, the people that he counts on as his base, they believe in everything that the president's doing. Poll numbers of the GOP voters are still backing Trump and possibly growing, particularly if that tax cut comes through, right? And I want to remind you that this is much bigger than a Trump fan club. It's not as though he's just signing autographs and sending them in like it's a rock star, but instead, it's a movement. And to really understand the Trump supporter, you must understand the base of what's really happening in the hearts and minds of Trump supporters, and why, now that he's 2 or 3 months into his administration, that even though there's been some rough patches, they believe in what the future is. And it's kind of an interesting thought if you think about it. The president has promised a better future and also has said that the path there will not be easy, it will not be painless, but if you're a sick patient and you need medication, he's here to deliver that medication to the American people. Interesting thought. So with Trump comes a cultural trust that he really does have a number of very, very interesting groups that are connected to him. I would say most veterans are connected to Trump. Many church-going religious people are connected to Trump. But it's even bigger than that. Rural America loves Trump. Farmers love Trump. Manufacturing and union laborers love Trump. So this is bigger than just the President of the United States winning the last election. There is a base who lives and connects to the messaging the president offers. And I want to remind you, if you're a small business owner, that ranges from the lemonade stand down there at the corner all the way up to your $100 million businesses. These people also have a vested interest in what the president does with his upcoming that tax policies, not just for small business, because everybody wins with the new tax policy. And we're talking about the idea of trickle-down economics, an idea that was thrown out before by Milton Friedman back in the 80s, who said that when you have tax cuts, that money trickles itself down into the economy. But let's face it, we know that manufacturing is on its way back here in the United States because these tariffs will deliver. There's already 90 countries that want to speak to the president and want to talk trade deals, and they want the United States market, and they want trillions and trillions of dollars invested in the good old US of A, and that's good news to his support and his base. Just remember, Trump is now running the country based on the mandate of the American people. The fact is, it wasn't a slight victory, it was a smashing victory. It was an embarrassing win on Trump's behalf, that he sent a message out to the rest of America that America has spoken and they support his policies. And maybe more importantly, what Trump is doing right now, 2016-2020 term, he came in and negotiated to an extent with the Republican Party, with other groups. And you'll notice he's not on his Twitter account like he was back then. Instead, now in 2025, you can see that the president has come in with a game plan, with the right people to execute a plan and carry things out in a massive, massive way. And so, no matter what day it is of the week, Monday through Sunday, make sure you're understanding how Trump is constantly in the headlines, how his base is constantly being updated on promises made, promises kept. So the big question is, do you still trust Trump? Do you believe that this plan that he's executing is really one that's going to deliver? His supporters are locked in, expecting better days to come ahead for the good old US of A, and as Trump says, for the rest of the. So now that we're at the end of this discussion, comment below. Do you really still trust Trump? Is he doing a great job with the economy? Is his political administration really getting the job done? Has Doge done a great job? Has it overstepped its boundaries? Has it underdelivered? Has it cut too much? Has it not cut enough? Are the looming tax cuts that are promised, are they going to deliver? And if you are going to have tax cuts delivered, the question is how. Maybe the stock market has you staying awake at night, worried about your children's college tuition. Maybe your 401k, maybe your pension is a little bit of a risk on piece right now. Whatever it is, understand the Trump supporters are there and they're backing him at a massive rate. And to understand that, we always understand the Trump supporter is one who just doesn't show up to vote. The Trump supporter is a person who believes in his mission, in his statement, and this whole idea that America will be great again. Have a great day.